Do you ever feel like you're going crazy in your own relationship? That feeling of second-guessing yourself? That thought that maybe I'm the problem? Let me tell you something. That feeling is not in your head. That is the sound of your brain being systematically rewired without you even realizing it. It's the symptom of an ongoing attack, not on your body, but on your core operating system. They say time heals all wounds. It's a nice thought. Probably looks great on a coffee mug, but it's a lie. Or at least, it's only half the story. Because when the wound isn't a cut on your skin, but a glitch in your operating system, when the damage is coded into the very way you think and react, time doesn't heal. It just makes the scar tissue thicker. If you've ever been in a relationship that felt like walking through a minefield of moods, you probably heard things like, "You're too sensitive," or "Why are you making such a big deal out of this?" You start to wonder if they're right. Maybe you are the problem. But here's the secret nobody tells you. Emotional abuse isn't just a series of bad arguments. It's a neurological event. It doesn't just hurt your feelings, it physically changes your brain's architecture. It's a quiet, invisible injury that doesn't show up on an X-ray, but its effects are loud and clear in your daily life. And if no one has ever broken that down for you, then this is the conversation you were meant to have. Let's pull back the curtain on what emotional abuse is actually doing to your brain. First, let's talk about the brain's over-caffeinated security guard, the amygdala. This is the part of your brain that's constantly scanning the horizon for danger. It's your internal alarm system. In a healthy environment, it's pretty chill. It goes off when a car swerves into your lane, and then it quiets down. But when you're subjected to emotional abuse, the gaslighting, the silent treatments, the constant criticism, the unpredictability, that alarm doesn't just ring. It gets stuck in the on position. Your brain concludes that the world is no longer safe, and your amygdala starts treating everything like a potential threat. The result? It's like your brain's security system got a really bad software update. Now it thinks a partner's slightly different tone of voice is a full-blown home invasion. You start rereading a simple text message 47 times, trying to decode a hidden meaning that isn't there. You feel a jolt of panic when you hear their keys in the door, not knowing which version of them is coming home tonight. This isn't you being dramatic or needy. This is a physiological state called hypervigilance. Your brain's security guard is working triple overtime without pay, and now it's seeing threats everywhere, even in moments of peace. Now, while your alarm system is screaming its head off, another crucial part of your brain starts to go offline. Let's call it the prefrontal cortex, or the brain's CEO. This is the part responsible for rational thought, problem-solving, and emotional regulation. It's the calm, logical adult in the room. But it's very hard for the CEO to make a clear-headed decision when the security guard is running through the office screaming that the building is on fire. So you've got a hyperactive alarm system and a CEO who's locked in the bathroom with bad Wi-Fi. What could possibly go wrong? This imbalance is why you might feel completely fine 1 minute and then suddenly overwhelmed with rage or tears over something small, like spilled milk. It's why you might say something in an argument that you don't even mean, because your emotional gas pedal is floored and the brakes have been cut. People might call you irrational or unstable, and you might even believe them. But you're not broken. You're just working with a hijacked control panel. It's not a character flaw. It's a resource management problem happening inside your skull. And the good news is, a control panel can be recalibrated. Next, we have to talk about your brain's filing system, the hippocampus. This is the librarian of your mind, responsible for taking your daily experiences and neatly filing them away as coherent memories. But the stress hormone cortisol, which floods your system during chronic emotional abuse, is like acid to the hippocampus. It can literally cause it to shrink. The librarian is trying to do its job during a constant earthquake. This is why your memory of the abuse often isn't a neat chronological movie. It's more like a collection of corrupted files, random screenshots, and distorted audio clips that play on a loop at 3 in the morning. You might remember the exact pattern on the wallpaper in the room during a terrible argument, but you can't remember what was said. You might have huge blank spots where traumatic events should be. This isn't because you're lying or making things up. It's because your brain's librarian, in a desperate attempt to protect you, just started shoving files into random drawers without labeling them. So when someone asks you to just explain what happened, you can't. And that confusion, that self-doubt, is part of the injury itself. Your brain wasn't recording for the courtroom, it was recording for survival. So, what happens when your brain gets tired of the constant alarms, the faulty filing system, and the CEO being permanently out of office? It pulls the emergency brake. This leads to the next stage, emotional numbing and disconnection. After running on pure adrenaline for so long, your nervous system gets exhausted. It can't sustain that level of panic, so it does the only thing it can think of to protect you. It starts to dull everything. It's like your brain decides to go with the unplug it and plug it back in method, but it forgets the second step. The good feelings start to fade, along with the bad. Joy, excitement, connection, they all get muted. You might find yourself at a party, surrounded by friends, and feel absolutely nothing. You watch your own life like it's a mildly interesting movie happening to someone else. You say, "I'm fine," and you almost mean it because you don't even know what you're supposed to be feeling anymore. People might see this as you being cold, distant, or aloof, but this isn't a personality trait. This is a power-saving mode. It's your brain's desperate attempt to conserve energy after being at war for too long. But this numbness is not a life sentence. It's a sign that your nervous system is waiting for proof that it's finally safe to come back online. Now here's where things get really counterintuitive. When your brain has been rewired for chaos, a state of calm can feel wrong. It feels unfamiliar, even dangerous. This brings us to the stage of impulsivity and self-sabotage. Your brain gets so accustomed to the chemical cocktail of stress, the cortisol, the adrenaline, that peace feels boring. The absence of chaos feels like a threat because, in your experience, the quiet moments were just the calm before the storm. So your brain subconsciously seeks out situations that will give it the familiar jolt it understands. It's like someone who has only ever eaten incredibly spicy food their whole life. You give them a simple piece of bread, and their brain goes, "What is this? It's not trying to kill me. I don't trust it." This is why so many survivors find themselves drawn to toxic partners, creating drama at work, or engaging in risky behaviors.
It's not because they want to be miserable. It's because chaos feels like home. Intensity is mistaken for intimacy. Adrenaline is mistaken for love. It's a misguided attempt to feel something, anything, in a landscape that has become numb, and to return to a state of being that, for better or worse, feels predictable. But here is the single most important thing I will say in this entire video. Your brain can heal. The damage is not permanent. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a proven biological fact called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is your brain's superpower. It's the ability to form new neural pathways, to learn, to grow, and to reshape itself based on new experiences. Think of the abusive patterns as a deep, muddy path that's been walked down 1,000 times in a forest. Your thoughts automatically go down that path because it's easy and well-worn. Healing is the hard work of carving a new path. At first, it's difficult. You have to push through branches and clear away the weeds. But every time you choose a healthier response, every time you practice self-compassion, Every time you engage in a safe relationship, you're walking that new path. And over time, it becomes the default route. The old path begins to grow over. Healing isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about teaching your brain on a cellular level that the war is over. It's about showing your alarm system that safety is real now. It's teaching your CEO that it's okay to take control again. It's teaching your librarian how to file memories without getting re-traumatized. It's a slow process. It's not linear, but it is possible. That possibility belongs to you. If you've made it this far, thank you. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to look this topic in the eye. It means you're ready to understand and you're ready to heal. Which part of this resonated with you the most? Was it the overactive alarm system? The messy filing cabinet of memories? The feeling of being numb? Let me know in the comments below. Let's make this a space where these experiences are validated, not debated, because understanding is the first step toward healing. And if this video helped clarify something for you, please consider liking it. It doesn't just help me, it signals to the algorithm that this is a valuable conversation, and it will show the video to someone else who might be sitting up late at night, feeling broken and alone, wondering what's wrong with them. Let's help them find this answer. And subscribe so you don't miss our next conversation. Your past may have written the first draft of your brain's wiring, but you hold the pen for every chapter that comes next.